Hey, it's Shannon here with Therapy by Shannon. Today I'm going to be talking to all of you who are about to get married and who are in the midst of wedding planning for your special day. So let's just get right into it. Um, if you find yourself stressed throughout the wedding process, that's totally okay and totally normal. But if you feel like you're starting to drown in those uncharted waters that have become your wedding plans, you really might want to slow down, take a breather, step back for a little bit. So how do you tell the difference between normal wedding stress and stressed AF wedding stress? If you realize that you're nearing those waters as stressed AF stress, what do you do? So we all know that planning any event, let alone your wedding, is not going to be stress-free. But I'm not really trying to get you to a space where you're feeling light as a feather and don't have a care in the world, because you should have a care in the world. It's your wedding day, and it's completely normal to feel those varying levels of stress planning for you and your partner's big day. But when you're starting to feel bogged down and you're not enjoying the process anymore, you need to take a moment to reevaluate what's going on to make sure you get on a better page. So I'm going to break it down for you for the top 10 signs to look out for, and then break it down into some coping skills that you can implement to push you back into that normal wedding stress phase. So number one, if you're no longer enjoying the process of wedding planning, that's a big sign. Remember how excited you were before you got engaged, planning and thinking about how great it's going to be to plan your wedding together. Remember the day that you did get engaged and how amazing that moment was. And take some time to look at how planning is trucking along for you. Are you still in that same excited state, or do you feel like you are consumed with pleasing everyone else? If you answered yes to the latter, maybe it's time to take a step back and clear your head so you can remember more clearly those really fond memories, and also to take some notes that this is also a time to start creating new memories and to not have this time remembered as stressful or even painfully emotional. And so two, you're going to want to notice if you're procrastinating on everything wedding related. Procrastination for wedding planning looks a bit different than it does procrastinating in high school. Unlike the way procrastinating plays out in school, where you might be able to piecemeal together a last minute paper and still receive a passing grade, most people don't really want the memories associated with their wedding to be pulled together at the last moment. So in order to address the putting off of all things wedding, you need to really delegate all the wedding planning tasks and keep plan so it continue to move forward. Number three, if you are constantly sick, stress is a sneaky son of a gun and can show up in our lives in all different ways. So some of the most common are headaches, stomach aches, muscle pain, tension, low energy, reduced sex drive, grinding of the teeth, insomnia, chest pain, nervousness. So if you notice any of these symptoms in your body, it is your body telling you that you need to slow down and de-stress. Number four, if eloping doesn't sound like that bad of an idea anymore. So if you decided to elope in the first place, good for you, how fantastic. But if you were in the middle of planning a wedding ceremony and a reception and are considering throwing the entire thing off to go to your city hall because you fear going insane if you don't, it's time to chill out. You're in danger zone and you need to channel your original idea and get excited for your wedding again. Number five, planning is taking over your whole life and it's all you ever talk about. If you have stopped doing things that you love and that make you happy, it is time to dial things back and address this and realize that wedding planning needs to fit into your life, not the other way around. Number six, if you have set these unrealistic expectations for the day, we all know that nothing in this world is perfect, and yes, that includes your wedding. So with that knowledge, instead of aiming for perfection, try to shoot for excellence. This shift in thought may really assist in helping you relax and soften your expectations for the day. Number seven, if you and your fiance are constantly fighting, if you're bickering back and forth, more so than you have positive exchanges, you might want to take this as a sign that you're both stressed as fuck, and you want to put the reset button on, maybe schedule a date night where talking about everything wedding is completely off the table, and enjoy each other's company and why you're getting married in the first place. Number eight, so if you're trying to do it all alone. If you have a wedding planner, great. Remember that you are paying them to assist in planning your wedding, so let them do their job. Not saying you need to hire a wedding planner, not everyone needs them, and that's totally fine, but you shouldn't be the only one steering the ship when it comes to your big day. Focus on the items that excite you and delegate the rest to your partner, your friends, family, anything like that. You're really not going to regret it. Number 9, if you're kind of falling back into some unhealthy behaviors, so if you find yourself like drinking too much or smoking again or not working out, having these negative thoughts, this often happens when you are at the end of your rope. So kind of like get help fast and don't let yourself fall back into those maladaptive skills. Like suggestion, lean on your friends and your family, find a motivating workout buddy, like seek assistance from a mental health therapist. Number 10, if you're really annoyed at like anyone and everyone around you, notice like if you're on edge all the time, you kind of can't seem to relax when others are around you, or kind of if they're giving their 2 cents about the wedding, you really can't stand that. Those can be kind of 2 big signs that you're super stressed, and you really want to try to focus on getting you back to your safe space and figure out like why you're even getting married in the first place, opposed to every single detail. And so with these warning signs, we want to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. So how do you do this? One big thing that's going to be helpful during this time is to meditate. So you can download a mindfulness app, or you can go to YouTube and find a recorded meditation to follow. Mindfulness can do wonders for the mind and the body and the soul and everything. You can also like consider softening scents, so like lavender, jasmine, chamomile, basil. They really have some great soothing powers. So you can dab some on your wrist, or on your neck, or a scented candle or tea maybe. You can also adopt a mantra. So I will listen to my partner's opinions. I will forgive. I will understand that the world does not revolve around my wedding. I will remember that this day is really about love and joy. I will stay positive. I will take care of myself. I will be gracious. You can also allow yourself to be nervous and remind yourself that it's okay. So fear often accompanies like pre-wedding excitement, and it's normal and healthy even to question this lifetime commitment. And just because you have concerns like doesn't mean that you don't want to get married. So just allow that nervousness to come into the space. You can also journal, jot down your feelings. Kind of like also again, like don't be afraid to delegate. Like though this is your day, and you and your partner like don't need to be the only ones doing everything. Like so enlist your friends and your family to help during the planning stage and the implementation phase, and like even the day of. And then if you can, pamper yourself, like treat yourself. Go get a pedicure, go get a manicure, go take a hot bath, go get a massage. Like do something that's going to add that balance into your life. And kind of take care of yourself. I mean, go exercise, go for a walk. Like it has psychological effects on our bodies. So get that physical movement in your day, even if it just looks like dancing in the kitchen for a little bit. Like let go, and make sure you're staying connected to yourself, but also make sure you're staying connected to your fiance as well. Some say that like, I don't know, this engagement anxiety together, like if you can get through it, then it's going to bode for a good marriage. So just kind of continue keeping those positive thoughts in the back of your mind so you guys can really, again, have positive memories of this time and not just stress-filled ones. But that's all I got for you today. So if you want to learn more about my practice, you can check me out at www.therapybyshannon.com. And if you want to follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you can find me on there at Therapy by Shannon. Okay, bye.